Zara is a very curious space explorer with a backpack full of snacks and a head full of questions. One day, her rocket ship landed on a squishy bouncy world made entirely of jellybeans. But something was wrong. All the jellybeans were losing their color and flavor. Yuck! What could be so bad as to ruin an entire planet of jellybeans? As Zara bounced off a nearby mountain of fudge rippled jellybeans, she saw a tiny green jellybean creature jiggle past her. "Hello," called Zara. "Do you know what's happening to all the jellybeans?" The little creature giggled. "Gibbles," he pointed at himself and then at Zara with a tiny thumb. "Gibbles, Zara, come, I show you." Then he bounced away as fast as he had appeared. Zara smiled. A new friend and a mystery to solve. How could she say no? She took a deep breath, grabbed her trusty jetpack, and zoomed after the giggling jellybean. Soon, they reached a huge lake made of black licorice jellybeans. But instead of being dark and mysterious, the lake looked more like a pile of dirty socks. "Yuck! What happened to all the licorice?" asked Zara. The Jibbles stopped bouncing and dipped his head sadly. "No flavor, no sparkle." Lost in the dark, Zara knew just what to do. She pulled out her handy-dandy Omino, a super powerful scanner that could detect even the tiniest traces of energy, the magical source of all flavor. She said after scanning the lake. "I think I know where we need to go, but it'll take us across the Great Carmel Canyon. Are you sure you can handle that, little guy?" Gibbles took a deep breath and puffed out his chest. Gibbles handle anything for friends. And with that, he took off across the canyon. Zara smiled. Even though he was small, this brave little jellybean had a big heart. She followed him over the crunchy caramel rocks and across the bridge made of swirling chocolate fudge. They soon arrived at a clearing filled with colorful jellybeans. But as Zara bounced closer, she realized that none of them had any sparkle or flavor either. In fact, they looked awfully dull. "What happened here?" she asked one of the jellybeans. But it didn't answer. It just stared at her blankly. Suddenly, Zara heard a crash in the bushes and hid behind a giant candy cane. Who was out there? The bushes rustled again and a furry creature poked its head out. It had big ears, whiskers, and bright pink fur. But the most amazing thing was the tail. It wasn't a cat. It was made of candy corn. "Meow," it said, then dashed away. Zara chased after it. She had never seen a cat like this before, and she wanted to be friends. The cat led her into a cave, then turned around and meowed again. "Are you trying to tell me something?" Zara asked. She took out her Omino and scanned the cave walls. Wow, lots of energy, but it's all blocked up. Whatever's in here is really powerful. As she searched for a way inside, Zara heard a sniffle. She spun around to see the pink cat sitting on some rocks, hugging its knees to its chest. "Are you okay?" she asked. The cat looked up, surprised. I lost my sparkle flakes," it said quietly. "I used to love playing with them, but now they're gone and everything's so boring." Just then, Zara noticed a faint sparkle coming from under one of the rocks. She pushed it away to reveal a little wooden box. It was filled to the brim with colorful flakes that shimmered and sparkled. The cat's eyes widened. "My sparkle flakes!" it cried, then dashed out of the cave. Zara smiled. Maybe whoever was behind all this had taken the cat's sparkle flakes. But why? And where were they now? She put the box in her pocket and left the cave. She soon found the cat playing happily with its sparkle flakes, and Zara joined in. After a while, the cat stopped suddenly and looked at Zara. "Thank you for helping me, but I have to go now. You'll find the others like me in the Whisper Woods. They'll help you." Then it ran off. Zara knew exactly what she had to do. She headed straight for the Whisper Woods, a thick, dark forest made of licorice whips and gummy tree roots. She could barely see the path in front of her. Where were the cats? And where were the sparkle flakes? Just then, she heard a rustle in the trees. "Hello?" she called out. "Is anyone there?" Suddenly, a brown cat with chocolate chip ears poked its head out from behind a log. "Meow? You look like a cool cat," said Zara. "Can you help me find the others?" The cat nodded and led her deeper into the woods. Soon, Zara could see hundreds of cats hiding behind the trees. Some were orange tabby, some were gray and white, and some were fluffy and pink. But they were all scared and alone. Then Zara had an idea. She took out the box of sparkle flakes and shook it. The cats gasped. "Where did you get those?" one of them asked. "A friend gave them to me," Zara replied, "but they all seem kind of sad." One of the tabbies stepped forward. "We used to play with them every day, but someone stole them and now nothing's fun anymore." Just then, a voice echoed through the woods.
"Looking for this?"
Zara turned around to see a tall, thin creature holding the last box of sparkle flakes. It wore a purple hat and a long black coat. "Who are you?" Zara asked. The figure chuckled. "You can call me Dr. Gloom." "And these," he said, holding up the box, "are the very last sparkle flakes in the universe. Soon, this whole planet will be as dull and lifeless as me." "Why would you do that?" asked Zara. "Because everything's more fun when it's gloomy," he said with a wicked grin. Zara felt a surge of anger. How dare he steal all the sparkle flakes and ruin the planet? She had to stop him. But then, the Jibbles popped out from behind a log and shouted, "Not so fast, Dr. Gloom!" Dr. Gloom turned around, startled. "Oh, it's just a little jellybean. How annoying!" He raised his hand as if to zap the Jibbles, but Zara stood in front of him. "Don't hurt him." "And what makes you think you can stop me?" he asked. Zara took a deep breath and said, "'Cause I'm not afraid of you." Then she let out a giggle. "And besides, I have a secret weapon." She pulled out her multi-tool belt and selected the giggle ray. It was a small handheld device that could shoot beams of uncontrollable laughter. Dr. Gloom's face twisted in disgust. "Laughter? Seriously? That's your secret weapon?" But Zara knew just what to do. She aimed the giggle ray at Dr. Gloom and pressed the button. Bwahaha! Dr. Gloom started laughing uncontrollably. "Yeah! I can't stop laughing!" The sparkle flakes flew out of his pockets and the cats pounced on them, batting the flakes back and forth with their paws. Dr. Gloom collapsed on the ground in a fit of giggles. "It's no use," he said between laughs. "This planet will never be gloomy again." As the cats played with the sparkle flakes, Zara and the Jibbles watched, smiling. Together, they had saved the planet from Dr. Gloom and brought back all the flavor and sparkle. And Zara learned that even the smallest explorer can make a big difference, especially when they mix bravery with a sprinkle of fun.